Hello everyone and welcome to our webinar, Credit Basics. My name is Xavier. Now, before we go into our topic for today, let me talk to you a little bit about Transformance. Transformance is a non-profit organization founded in 1974, and it is a United Way service provider, as well as a HUD-approved multi-state housing, counseling, and education organization. Our programs have positively impacted over 1.7 million lives through our history, and part of our services include credit and budget coaching, financial education, student loan counseling. In addition to our AIM program, our C2 SAFE program, and our housing counseling, as well as of as well as our debt management coaching and our bankruptcy counseling. Now, Transformance ecosystem, basically, um, our goal here is to help the the economic impaired section of our community that is struggling with bankruptcy, foreclosures, that depends on payday lenders, and those 44% of families in asset poverty. Our goal through our ecosystem and with the help of government agencies, um, for-profit companies, other non-profit organizations, and through um, our local schools and universities is to help those individuals and family get a higher discretionary income for goods and services, um, so they can lower the demands for social services and enhance social wellness and engagement, on also on so that they can help contribute in a more greater economic way to our society. Now let's get into our topic for today, credit basics. Um, First of all, let me tell you that the Fair and Accurate Credit Transactions Act of 2003 is an amendment of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Uh, the FCRA regulates the credit repositories. This is the credit reporting companies or bureaus. This is basically TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. This amendment facilitates the fight against credit fraud and identity theft. The three largest credit reporting agencies, uh, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, implemented the procedures and policies required by this act region by region. Here in the state of Texas, it became available on June 2005. Uh, what does this act means? Well, it means that you will get a free copy of your credit report once a year from each of the credit reporting agencies. And for that, you can go in to the website annualcreditreport.com, and on that website you can get a free copy of your credit report for each one of the credit bureaus, again for free once a year. You will also get additional copies in the event that you are a victim of credit fraud or identity theft. Also, this act means that when a victim files for a police report, it generates a block from fraudulent information appearing on credit reports. So it's very important when you notice this, you contact your local police department to notify that you've been victim an identity theft. Now, we hear the impact of ruling that the credit depositories must ensure on legitimacy of all credit requests when a report has been flagged for suspected ID theft. Special alerts on credit reports for active duty military personnel when overseas, that's part of the facts deferred credit. Also, merchants must display only the ending 5 digits of a credit card or store receipts. They are not allowed to show the complete number. And all the lenders and credit bureaus must take action before an identity theft victim becomes aware. So basically, all lenders and the three credit bureaus, they must take action. They must be vigilant on your report, on your file, and if something bad happens, any fraud happens or any theft happens, they should be working on it way before you get the notification. A credit report, you will ask, well, what is it, or who uses it, or why? Well, what is it? It's a factual record of an individual's credit payment history. Who uses this? Well, it's most frequently used to help lenders quickly and objectively decide to grant you credit or not, or to decide the amount of the rate that you're gonna have or you're gonna get. And why? Well, the credit report is used as a tool in making decisions about employment, rental, leasing, insurance, and other specific business relationship. So that's why it's important. Your credit report is important. It's important for you uh, to look at it, to go into that annualcreditreport.com website at least once a year so you can get your free copy for each of the credit bureaus so you can know what is on your credit report. And if something doesn't belong to you, please contact them so they can remove it immediately. Now here's what a credit report um, looks like. On the top part, you're gonna find the identifying information. This is basically the information: your name, address, date of birth, social security number. Next, you're gonna find the account summary. Basically, on this section, you're gonna find all the loans, mortgages, credit cards that you have. Uh, then it will show you the last they reported, the last time the creditors or lenders reported to the bureaus, the date that the loan or the credit card was taken, the high credit, that's the maximum that you can afford. Any balances that you may have will also be shown on the account summary section. And then you're gonna see a rating of your account. Then you're gonna see uh, all the inquiries that you initiated and all the types of inquiries, and at the bottom part you will see any public records. Who can request to look at your credit report? Well, who can request? Well, basically any creditor to whom you have applied for credit. A prospective employer may also request to look, may make a request to look at your credit report. A mortgage lender that you have applied for a home loan. Any Again, any prospective current employer on a need-to-know basis, so not only for any future employer, but your current one may also look at it. And one basic classic example of this is that if you're getting a promotion, it might depend on your credit report, and that's one of the things that they take into consideration. And finally, any person, company, agency, firm to whom you have given permission. Here's how the creditor and credit bureau relationship works. The creditor, they provide the data, and they also to the credit reporting bureaus. Again, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Uh, they also not only provide the data, the new one, but they provide constant updates to the credit bureaus. Then the credit bureaus, they receive and store that data. They update the data as submitted by the creditors, and they provide you your credit reports that you can get for free once a year, again at the annualcreditreport.com. And then the credit report, they give out the credit report when it's requested by the consumer or to a firm, agency that you have given permission to. One of the ways that you can get a free credit report is that you've been denied credit in the past 60 days, if you're unemployed, if you are receiving public assistance, or if you're a victim of a fraud. that is affecting your credit, you can also get your credit report for free. Just a little side note of information there for you. Again, that we talked about before, and we want to emphasize on the annualcreditreport.com, but we think it's very important for you to know. The federal law requires that each of the three nationwide consumer credit reporting companies, again, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, to give you a free report every year if you ask for it. Um, Here's the website, annualcreditreport.com, that I've been talking about during this webinar. You can also do it by phone. You can call them at 1-877-322-8228, or you can also send a request by mail. And here's the address: Annual Credit Report Request Service, P.O. Box 105-281 in Atlanta, Georgia 30348. Or if you want to contact the three specific uh, reporting bureaus, here are they: Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. You can go into their website, or any dispute, a letter that you may want to send to them. Here is their address. Just gonna pause here one quick moment, so if you can, if you want to write this information down, or you can take a picture of this slide so you can have that information. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, they will help you along the way. Then they give you advice on your credit reports. Um, if you want to submit a complaint, you can do that through them, and you can go to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau website. Just a quick Google search, and you will find their website for more information on it. And they also provide you a checklist for every time that you see your report. Then with that checklist, you can know what to look and what you should expect to see. Here are some information that you will not see and should not be on your credit report. It's basically your criminal background, medical information, your buying habits and transaction data, your bank account information, and also your credit score will not be on your credit report. So this 5 items is something that should not be, and you will not find on your credit report. Once again, and the most important two are obviously the first two. This is the most common thing that people misunderstand, and we want to let you know that criminal background and medical information are not part of your credit report. We said credit scores, and we will talk about that topic here uh, a little bit. First of all, a credit score is just simply an indication on how you perform. Basically, the higher your credit score, when you see the credit report, it will show mostly positive things. Uh, Also, it's an indication on how you perform on debt payment, on the credit risk that you are. It is a great tool for lenders. The FICO's credit score goes in between 300 and 850, and the average score is about 696. What types of company or who uses credit scoring? Well, mortgage companies obviously does. Also, any when you're gonna take a auto loan, they will also take a look at your credit score, your short-term goals. Every time you're opening a new credit card or revolving one, and some utilities and services companies, they will take a look at your credit score. Three things you should need to know about your FICO score or your credit score. How is it determined? Well, it's calculated based solely on information in the consumer credit reports maintained at the reporting bureaus. The risk relationship that we talk about here uh, is is basically saying that uh, the lower your FICO score, the higher risk that is to a lender to give you money. Uh, and why does it say multiple scores? Well, basically because each of the three credit bureaus, they use different databases, and that's why you're gonna get three different FICO score, because each bureau uses three different databases, and that's why you won't see the same number, but more or less it should be around the same number. Probably one of them should be 720, if the other one is 715, probably the other one it could be 712. Now moving along, um, the FICO score is basically used by 90% of all the top lenders, and again, the FICO score is very important because it can impact the amount of money that creditors can give you, and will also impact the rate that you're gonna get. Again, based on the FICO score, this is where the lenders base their decision. Now, this particular slide is something very important for you to know. Uh, your FICO score takes into consideration the following: payment history, amount owed, length of credit history, new credit, and types of credit. But the payment history is the one that the FICO score takes the most into consideration. It takes up 35%, followed closely by the amount owed at 30%. So basically, if you make your payments on time, if you keep those balances low or ideally at zero, you're gonna have 65% chance that if you do this on a continuous basis, continuously, then your FICO score will increase, because again, the payment history and the amount owed, they they the FICO score takes 65% into account of this, and basically length of credit history has a 15%, and new credit and types of credit round up the remaining 20%, 10% each. Here are some tips for you to be able to raise your credit score. Uh, Pay off your debt instead of moving around. Do not open or close accounts unnecessarily. Rate shop within 2 weeks. This is basically look around for different options, for different lenders before you make a decision. Check your credit report regularly. Again, you can go to the annualcreditreport.com website and get that free credit report from all three agencies for free once a year. Manage your credit cards responsibly. Remember that if used responsibly, credit cards can be a great tool for you to increase your credit score. And also, uh, finally, let Transformance help you. Our certified coaches will help you through any credit card debt, or can help you set up a budget for you to follow. And we can give you some advice on how to save money and how to tips to pay on time, to keep those balances low so you can increase your score. Other things that we here recommend to you is that you use Credit Karma. Now, Credit Karma, you can download their app for free for iPhone or Android, and it's a great tool for you to keep up and to see your credit score on a monthly basis. Credit repair. Remember that you are the only person that can fix your credit. Time is your friend, but time and good behavior heals any wounds of the past. Remember that any error that you may find on your credit report, you have to explain it in writing, and you follow the dispute process of each of the credit bureaus. Remember, there's a timeline for a response, and please avoid any credit repair or credit fixing companies. Finally, here in our tools section, I just wanted to talk to you about our Pocket Change USA app that you can download for free. on your iPhone or Android. Basically, our mobile app here on Transformers that you can carry anywhere. Uh, it would let you learn how to save money, how to be always on time through our learning session. It has a play section that you'll also learn through games. There's a section of Connect that you can connect with us for more information. And our planning tool, that's the one that I want to talk to you about a little bit today. Our planning section for our Pocket Change USA app allows you to keep track of all your expenses. Basically, you can set up a budget or you can set up your own goals like we talked about at the beginning of this webinar through this app. This app, you can keep track of all your expenses at the moment. There's no need to find a piece of paper and be subtracting and adding. The app can do that for you, and it allows you, and it also allows you to save money. You can keep track of all your savings as well. It's the Fitbit of personal financial accountability, basically because it keeps track of everything. It gives you a message on your milestones to let you know how are you doing. You, the application also sends you weekly emails giving you feedback not only on your progress, but also any milestones that you have achieved so far. Thank you very much for being here with me. It's been a great pleasure to be hosting this webinar for you. Thank you for attending our Credit Basics webinar. For more information on our services and upcoming webinars, um, please go to our website at transformansusa.org, or you can call us at 1-800-249-2227. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.